Okay, welcome to part 2 of cardboard crafting with Gale. There we go. Part 2 of cardboard crafting with Gale, finding your layout. These little cardboard pieces are between 12 or 24 packs of sodas, and I use these for placemats for when I'm crafting and painting so I don't get my workstation dirty. But I have found that it is awesome for cutting these little triangles for using to make our circle. So I want to do this, and I hope you can see it. I am going to start at the edge, and I'm going to make a mark at every inch. Hello, Onyx, how are you? Let me see if I can get you over the workstation and down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing a little better. And let me get my Sharpie so hopefully it's bright enough you can see it. 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, 7 inch, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, well, all right, so let me pull that up a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. I can't see on my screen, so there you go. All right, so on the bottom part, I am going to do it at it's going to be every inch still, but it's going to be starting at the 1/2 inch marks. So we're going to go 1/2 inch, then we're going to go 1.5 inch, and then we're going to go 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, and 10.5. And you could hear my dogs going on and on. What would it be without having a video without their help? So, sorry I put my ruler away. What we're going to do is go from the top to the bottom. So where we had the inch, we're going to measure at the 1/2 inch, and we're going to make a line. Okay, now we're going to leave the top of our ruler up at the inch mark and come down to the other mark, and we're just going to diagonal these across. Okay, leave this ruler at the bottom mark, slide the top of the ruler over to the next mark up there, bring it down, another diagonal line. You're going to leave that ruler up at the top mark, bring it to the bottom, make sure they all align, another diagonal line. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. Leave the ruler at the top, slide it over on the bottom, diagonal line. Leave it on the bottom, slide it over on the top. Always make sure that they're both lined, those lines are both lining up, and make your line. So you kind of get the idea of how we're going to do that, and you'll go through the whole process lining all the way across. And then of course you're going to cut it. Of course it would help if you stayed on the lines, but that's okay. And of course, depending on the size of the cardboard, you may want to do every 2 inch and every 1.5 inch. So anyway, that's going to get you look at this, through the magic of video and the fact that I planned ahead, we have already cut triangles. So what you will do is you're going to line them up side by side and make sure those little corners, tippy tips at the bottom touch. And you're going to keep going around and around. And it's okay if they aren't perfectly cut and they don't perfectly match, because we'll be layering more items on top of it. And I'm also going to show you in a later video how you can paint these and texture these to make a really cool effect. So I think you get the idea. I'm using the white and the brown so you can see how it goes around, the way it looks. And so when you start gluing them down, you're going to want to get a cardboard and you're going to want to line those tips up right in that little middle dot. Obviously this isn't the middle of that, but hey, it's good for a sample. So as you go around, you can leave your cardboards cut, leave them straight without cutting them, or you can cut them at angles. So there's that angle. And then when you make this cut, you're going to want to go into the opposite direction so that when you bring them together, they're going to make a point. Okay? How cool is that? If you have that going around and you have all of those points coming out, you can also round them. You could also cut them, at opposite angles, and you can make them like this. Okay? Pretty cool, huh? So when you start layering these back on, you're not going to want to cut the tip shorter. You can get a shorter cardboard, which is fine. You're going to want to cut this top part shorter, and then you can layer your design on. And I'm not going to cut all of these. I am just going to do this so you can get the idea. All right, you can make that go all the way around. You can do a fan shape, you can do the full circle, whatever you want to do. You might be going, but Gail, why would I want to make a circle out of all these little bits of cardboard? That's a lot of work. Why don't I just cut out a circle out of a cardboard? Hello. Because we're going to decorate these and paint these, and it's going to be really cool. That's why. Okay, the other option you have for doing a round design or a circular design is going to be, let me get my other piece of this cardboard. And so what I did, cut it in half. See if I can lift this up a little bit more so you can see more of the table. Okay, cut it in half. Cut it in thirds. Obviously, however big of a piece you want to make is going to be how long your cardboard is going to be. And then you're going to want to cut it at an angle. So you're going to go from somewhere in the middle or close to the middle and then angle it up to the corner. Obviously, the closer to the middle you get, the more of an angle you're going to get. So here we go. Let's get that a little better angle right there. Tall ones, short ones, and then you just keep going around and you're building your circle all the way around. And like I said, if you go closer to the middle and cut to the corner and closer to the middle and cut to the corner, so you're still making triangle shapes, but you're not making them as skinny as the other ones. And so there you go. And then you would go around, and then I've cut a little bit smaller ones, same little triangle shape, and you can layer them, layer them, layer them, and then a little bit smaller one, layer, layer, layer. And we'll be doing some more tutorials on how to paint and make some really cool textures on these. So Onyx is not dying, he's just trying to get Copper to play with us, or play with him. So anyway, there you go. There's part 2 of our layout video. And if you have any questions or you need any help, just give me a holler and I'll be happy to help you. And happy crafting, happy cutting.